Have you ever wondered about the current economic situation in the U.S. and what it might mean for you? As we approach the close of 2023, we find ourselves in a rather unusual economic landscape. Hiring remains strong, yet inflation, which has been a hot topic this year, is cooling off. Just a few months ago, economists had their brows furrowed, predicting a potential recession. They were pointing towards the Federal Reserve's 11 interest rate hikes since early 2022, along with signs that inflation-weary businesses and consumers might be curbing their spending. However, against these odds, the U.S. economy has continued to plow ahead. Inflation, in fact, is retreating faster than some economists expected. Some sectors are even experiencing deflation, a decline in prices compared to the previous year. The Federal Reserve, under the guidance of Chair Jerome Powell, expressed cautious optimism recently. Powell stated he was pleased with the progress in the battle against inflation and the pursuit of full employment. He shared his long-standing belief that the economy could cool off in a way that allows inflation to come down without triggering significant job losses, a phenomenon often associated with high inflation and tightening cycles. This year, the U.S. economy has pulled off a rare combination of trends: cooling inflation while maintaining economic growth. It's something that many economists thought would be impossible, according to Brian Rose, a senior U.S. economist at UBS Global Wealth Management. So, despite the challenges, the U.S. economy has continued to move forward. But what does this soft landing that economists talk about actually mean? In economic terms, a soft landing might sound like a strange term, but it's simpler than it sounds. Picture this: you're in a fairy tale, and you're Goldilocks. In front of you are 3 bowls of porridge. One is too hot, one is too cold, and one is just right. That just right bowl of porridge? That's what economists call a soft landing. It's a situation where, after a period of economic tightening, the economy finds itself in a balanced state. Not too hot, meaning it's not inflationary, and not too cold, meaning it's not in a recession. It's just right. It's a scenario that central bankers strive to achieve, a perfect equilibrium of economic conditions. However, it's important to understand that a soft landing is not a precisely defined term. Unlike a recession, which has a technical definition, there's no official playbook that outlines the exact requirements for a soft landing. The National Bureau of Economic Research, which officially declares when the U.S. is in a recession, does not provide a clear-cut definition for a soft landing. So if a soft landing is not a recession, what exactly is a recession? A recession, generally speaking, occurs when there are 2 consecutive quarters of declining economic growth. But the National Bureau of Economic Research describes it in broader terms: a significant decline in economic activity that is widespread across the economy and lasts more than a few months. During a recession, we usually see a decline in GDP and an increase in job cuts. For instance, during the Great Recession, about 700,000 people lost their jobs each month from October 1908 to April 1909. In contrast, a soft landing does not involve such drastic measures. It's a situation where the economy slows down but does not fall into a recession. It's a gentle deceleration rather than a free fall, a controlled slowdown that allows inflation to cool off without causing significant job losses. So a soft landing is essentially a balance: not too hot, not too cold. But what does this mean for the job market? In a soft landing scenario, what happens to the job market? This question is one that has been on the minds of many as economists predict a soft landing for the U.S. economy. In the arena of employment, a soft landing is akin to a gentle deceleration rather than a screeching halt. The job market doesn't crash, it simply slows down. The unemployment rate might rise, but not to the extremes witnessed during periods of severe economic downturn, such as the Great Recession. During that time, we saw the jobless rate leap from 5% to 10%. In contrast, a soft landing sees a more gradual incline in unemployment. The gears of the economy continue to turn, just at a more measured pace. This allows for a smoother transition, reducing the shock and the potential for large-scale job losses that are often associated with more severe economic downturns. Looking ahead, the Federal Reserve has shared its own predictions for the job market in the coming years. The current jobless rate sits at 3.7%. The Fed forecasts a slight increase in this rate, inching up to 4.1% for 2024 and 2025. This small rise is a far cry from the dramatic spikes we've seen in the past during times of economic recession. In essence, a soft landing scenario offers a cushion for the job market. It's not a free fall of layoffs and surging unemployment rates. Instead, it's a more controlled descent, a slow deflation rather than a sudden pop. Now, it's important to note that the job market is just one piece of the economic puzzle. A soft landing in the economy doesn't just impact employment rates, it touches all facets of the economy from consumer spending to interest rates. It's clear that a soft landing has significant implications for the job market, but how does this all come together? Well, that's a question I'm about to answer. Now that we've explored the concept of a soft landing and its potential impact on the job market, let's piece everything together. We started by dissecting the current economic situation. The U.S. economy, initially predicted to tumble into a recession, has confounded expectations. Despite 11 interest rate hikes since early 2022 by the Federal Reserve, the economy has continued to surge ahead. Inflation, a significant concern earlier, is now retreating faster than anticipated, with some products even witnessing deflation. Next, we unraveled the concept of a soft landing. This economic phenomenon is equivalent to Goldilocks porridge for central bankers. Following a period of tightening, the economy finds a balance, being neither too hot, with inflation, nor too cold, slipping into a recession. This is a delicate equilibrium that the U.S. economy seems to be achieving, much to the surprise of many economists. We also delved into the implications of a soft landing for the job market. Unlike a recession, which is typically characterized by significant job cuts, a soft landing results in a far less drastic rise in unemployment rates. The Federal Reserve currently forecasts the jobless rate to inch up to 4.1% for 2024 and 2025, a figure significantly less alarming than the spike seen during the Great Recession. Tying all this together, we can see how the U.S. economy has managed to balance growth and inflation in a way that many economists once thought impossible. This rare confluence of trends is testament to the resilience and adaptability of the economy in the face of numerous challenges. As we see, the U.S. economy is a complex and dynamic system, but understanding key concepts like a soft landing can help us navigate these turbulent times. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay optimistic about the future. Thank you for watching until the end. Your support truly means a great deal to us. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to share them in the comments section. Additionally, if you enjoyed the content, please give the video a thumbs up. Click the like button. This sends a signal to YouTube that there's interest in this video, helping it reach a wider audience. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on the recession. Thanks once more, and stay tuned for more exciting content.